My first job was at Lighthouse Christian Bookstore in Glendale, California. It's not there anymore, but I remember I was in high school. I was the cashier. I filed the music, books, wrapped gifts, imprinted names on $70 leather Bibles, took out the trash every day for $6.75 an hour minimum wage. I worked 8 hours a day, made $50 taxed, and I ate a $7 lunch a day. I went home with like $30 after 8 hours. But I learned a lot. I was thankful. But the real reason why I worked there, and I don't think I've ever told anyone, was I wanted to meet Christian girls. Because at church, they always used to tell you, don't date non Christians. You know, there's that verse, do not be unequally yoked with non believers, which is why I cite like Christian mingle is so big because Christians want to meet other Christians. And so I thought, as a Christian, you shouldn't meet non Christians. So let me meet some Christian girls at Christian bookstore. Did I meet any? No. It was all old, elderly, white-haired women. That nothing against them, but I'm not trying. And then they weren't even cougars like 30s and 40s. They weren't even saber-toothed tigers like 50s and they were like Jurassic Park brontosaurus coming around buying merchandise that's double the price just because it has a cross on it and a verse like, oh, what an apple, but it's a Christian apple because it has a cross on it. I'll buy it for $20. Okay, ma'am. But I was there to meet girls, Christian girls, and I didn't meet any. And I would always think like, wow, like Christians have to meet other Christians. I would always think, what would it be like if by the way, I just leaned to the right here because I had some gas. I was partying. Um, what would it be like if when Christians date an atheist? There's a moment in bed when they're like, oh God, and the girl's like, no God. Oh, sorry. And then a minute later, oh God, I said no God. If you're not gonna respect my views during casual sex, then don't even think about coming, because I'm going. You're like, well, why does the girl have to be atheist? Because if the guy was atheist and the girl was like, oh God, the guy would be like, I believe. Oh yes, I believe. But it got me thinking, working at the bookstore, that, even Christian guys, they're men, they have desires, they want to meet girls. I've seen Christian guys drop lines at church trying to be all subtle, and they're like, Christian guys use their lines too. They go up to girls like, hey, nice Bible. Leather? Yeah, yeah, well, NIV, me too. Wow, yeah, you're new here. Really? Do you have any prayer requests? Let me hold your hand. Let me pray for you. Yeah, yeah. Okay, I'll see you at donut time. They're men too. And the thing is, growing up in church, a lot of people don't talk about what's real. This guy's struggling with porn addiction and masturbation. And feeling really guilty all the time. And you know, I I grew up with that. And if this video helps one other guy out there, just for the fact that you're not alone, once I got older, when we went to college, I started talking to my friends who were like the song leaders, the praise leaders, and they used to tell me like, yeah, because the praise leader at church picks the songs for that week that you're gonna sing, and if he's having basically all the praise leaders admitted to me later, we never talked about growing up, but if he was having a really good week spiritually, he was reading the Bible, praying every day, evangelizing, then that week all the songs were about like celebration. But if that week he was jacking off, watching porn, just just like so entrenched in lust and all that, then what you're singing that week is he's singing. He chose "Create in Me a Clean Heart" and "Refiner's Fire." All these songs about confession. Lord, please give us clean hands. Things like that. Like you could be in the congregation, you could be having a good week, but because your praise leader is jerking off all week, you're singing 15 minutes of confession songs to start off because he couldn't get his act together, you know. So I just want to keep it real, even though you know men are religious, they're still men, you know.